Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning outlook video updated on Tuesday evening, the 23rd of January. Now, quite a mixture of conditions over the next week to 10 days or so. No 2 days exactly the same. Some days seeing snow and hail showers coming down to quite low levels, but other times where we'll see the freezing level lifting above even the highest summits, and some rain and a thaw developing at times. These are temperatures on higher summits, and we've got a cold front passing through during Wednesday, bringing freezing levels back down again, so you'll be down below freezing on most of the mountains, -3, -4 across the higher Scottish tops, freezing levels down to 700 or 800 metres, and they'll stay down and maybe drop a little bit further through into Thursday, somewhere between 500 and 700 metres across most of the mountain regions. The wind turning northwesterly just through Thursday night into Friday, so extensively a cold day on Friday, frost in the valleys and the glens, and freezing levels staying around 300-400 metres across the Scottish Highlands much of the day, with higher tops around -6 or so, it looks like, during Friday. Changes though developing through into Saturday as the wind turns more west-southwesterly, and freezing levels look like rising as Saturday goes on. By the end of the day, it may well be above freezing on many of the mountains. Some uncertainty just how much milder air gets into Scotland, but across England and Wales, you're back above freezing extensively. And that story continues into Sunday. It looks as though most places by this stage will be back above freezing, and that's, I think, continuing into the start of next week. But I suspect we see a drop in freezing level back across Scotland in the early part of next week, so a bit of back and forth going on there, but not as cold as it has been in periods of January so far at least. Let's have a run through the charts then, and there's Wednesday. We've got a cold front passing eastwards as we mentioned, a squally band of rain along with that, and then some showers of snow and hail and possible thunder moving in from the west as the colder air arrives. A powerful area of low pressure is passing across Scotland, producing a very stormy day across the Highlands and widespread gales across the mountains of England and Wales. The wind's generally not as strong through Thursday, could still be gusting gale force across parts of England and Wales, but across Scotland nearer to a centre of low pressure, winds are that bit lighter. Areas of showers frequent around many western mountains, some snow, some hail, a risk of isolated thunder in there at times. Driest and brightest across more eastern regions, particularly into the eastern side of the Scottish Highlands, where some sunshine should come through at times. Now all of that begins to clear eastwards through into Friday, and pressure builds from the west just briefly. That widespread frost as we mentioned, but a reasonable day, just a few residual snow showers possible, but I think many places looking dry for a good part of the day. Fronts are trying to edge their way back in from the Atlantic though later, and they may just come in as we go through into the early part of Saturday. So some snow on the leading edge of that system as it runs into cold air into the first part of the weekend, and Saturday could just see some rain, some snow across many western mountains for much of the day. And just exactly how high the snow level is, still some uncertainty across Scotland. I think elsewhere, England and Wales, essentially all as rain, and low cloud pretty widespread across the mountains. The risk of gale force winds chiefly in Scotland. High pressure is to the south into Sunday, and a waving front is somewhere across northern parts of Britain. That air is coming in from the southwest, so milder conditions looking believable through Sunday. Low cloud across many western mountains, dribs and drabs of rain across western parts of Wales and northwest England. Some more persistent rain is possible across the western and northwestern Scottish Highlands. Drier conditions with higher cloud bases towards the eastern side of the Scottish Highlands. So that's more or less where we find ourselves by the start of the new week, that pump of milder air coming in from the southwest. And it looks as though it's something of a westerly type pattern that's in for now, and that seems to be how we go for a few days next week. Difficulties with the exact details going further ahead. It does look as though once again we see the wind flow turn a little bit more northwesterly for a time, so a bit like this week we could well see a drop in freezing levels as we head into the middle part of the week, and some snow and hail showers back into the picture. Some indications try and draw down the wind flow more northerly as we head towards the 1st of February, as low pressure sinks further southwards into Europe and pressure builds to the west of us. How far that gets, though, at this stage is open to quite a bit of question. The longer range modelling is uncertain at this stage. It looks as though low pressure tries to get drawn away eastwards, maybe allowing something colder to hang on or develop for a while. Higher pressure looks to be somewhere out toward the west of us, and maybe just something drier trying to take shape, but confidence low, so we won't try and get too much out of it at this stage. We'll have another look at those longer range details for next week in the next planning video for you on Friday, but we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for watching, bye for now.